If you're anything like me, I really enjoy the process of making coffee at home. It's made even better by a really fantastic roasted fresh bean. Today is no exception on another review by Coffee with GPA. Now, if you enjoy the videos by Coffee with GPA, please consider subscribing for all future videos and the opportunity to buy the freshest beans that are available to you on the market today. So what do we have on offer for you today from Backyard Coffee? First of all, we have our #1 blend. Expect lots of flavours of chocolate, of praline and of black cherry. Also 1 or 2 extra ones of plum and citrus. A blend here from Africa, Central and Southern America. We then have our #3 from Ethiopia, fruity and smooth. Expect some pungent notes here of mango and pineapple predominantly, with a little bit of apricot added in for extra measure. And last but by no means least, our #5, sweet and fun. This particular one from East Africa. Now we can expect quite a few fairly common flavour notes in here of peach, black tea. We also have some lime and honey to round that one off. So what do we get from each bag? Let's have a little deeper look. So our #1 blend. Let's see what we actually get inside this bag. Flavour notes super strong on that one of chocolate and praline. This is very much for the person that enjoys a little bit of their chocolate and their sweet flavours in normal life. I think this one's going to really appeal to you if the snow is anything to go by. Bean size is a fairly medium sort of size bean. Good solid medium roast as well. Next up, our #3, our Ethiopian coffee. Now let's see what we get on the nose in this bag. Some wonderful fruity notes in that. If you really enjoy your coffees to taste and to smell like very sugary sweet fruit, you will love the smell of this one. It's just absolutely divine. So sweet on the first smell. A bean size, again, it's actually a fairly medium roast with a medium bean size itself. And last but by no means least, our #5. Now that immediately reminds you of all of the different Kenyan and African coffees that you've probably tried this year. Very earthy, but with a subtle mellow sweetness in the background. Some of the notes on there, such as the peach and the lime, you would probably get that quite nicely actually. Very appealing, very sophisticated kind of fragrance as well. Now these ones are perhaps a touch larger, but a touch. Medium roast again, but perhaps leaning towards the slightly darker of the medium roast. And every now and then you just get that little hint of gloss. So far, so good. The bags look great. The fragrance from those bags is really appealing to the senses. So there's nothing left but to give these a good try. 15 grams of beans in each of the espressos. Let's see what we can get from these. So, our #1 blend. First of all, we notice that it's a lovely dark sort of caramel colour. And really, it almost smells like a sticky toffee pudding. It has that almost dessert-like feel to it. Again, predominant flavours, definitely chocolate and praline on this. I kind of get the black cherry and plum as well, because you have got a very stony fruit type of dark fruity texture to these. So lovely. If you enjoy your coffee in the afternoon, perhaps with something a little bit sweet, that is really going to appeal to you. Now I can also imagine that that would go down quite nicely as perhaps a slightly milkier coffee if you can make your flat whites at home. Remember, we've got a video on how to do that. I can imagine that's going to be really great when added with a touch of milk. Next we have our number 3, our Ethiopian coffee. Now this one again has that sort of subtle dark caramel type flavour to it once again, but a very different fragrance on the espresso of this one. You can immediately feel the mango and the pineapple come straight through. Much sweeter than the first one. Number 1 was definitely more towards the chocolatey side, whereas the number 3 is definitely towards those almost sticky and sugary fruits. And again, pineapple comes straight out on that one. It's a very tasty, very enjoyable type of coffee. Now I can probably imagine that this one would go down very well perhaps as an affogato. Might be worth trying that in Italian dessert. Shot of this with 2 scoops of very good quality vanilla ice cream, and you're going to be in a little bit of heaven. And last but by no means least, we've got the sophisticated smell with the number 5. Now this one looks ever so slightly darker, bit more of a dark brown hue to this one. And those flavour notes are fantastic. So now I'm actually starting to get more of the peach and the honey, but very mellow. That smells like a really good coffee. And the first thing you get on that is that black tea consistency. Very clean tasting, but has a very good cut through on that. Now I can imagine this would go down really well if you were having perhaps a dinner party and you were going to go for a cheese course at the very end. Super superior and very sophisticated taste on that one. Certainly that black tea comes through and that hint of honey definitely on the back of the nose. That one is definitely for the more discerning coffee drinker, someone that appreciates flavour and appreciates depth of that as well. So there we have it. We have our 3 incredibly enjoyable coffees from Backyard Coffee. Grab yourself a bag now from backyardcoffee.co.uk. If you've enjoyed this review, please consider checking these guys out, because it's really important that we look into the different roasters around the country and that we have all the information we need so that we can go and buy really good coffee without the guesswork. All of these coffees range from around £6 to around £7.50. We've all been in that situation before where perhaps we've spent a bit more than we bargained for and we didn't necessarily get something that really stood out to us. But these will. They are very well roasted, good quality coffees. Backyardcoffee.co.uk. Stay tuned for more reviews in the upcoming weeks. Remember as well, if you are looking for a brand new machine, check out bristol20.co.uk, and for all future news and reviews, for those that enjoy making their coffee at home, coffeewithgpa.com. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.